welcome to Rustic Heaven, our shoot location for today. It's a place for creatives. As you can see, it is very beautiful. This is where you can come with your folks to have a good time. The ambience is very good. You can come and look at the art. There's a lot of artwork in the inside. And yeah, there's lots of food, wine and dine anytime, any day. Welcome to the Voice Up Show, and in today's business segment, we'll be tackling the issue of unemployment. I'm your host, Carol. As I said before, we are at Rustic Heaven, and I hope you enjoy the show. Let us meet the panelists. First of all, I'd like them to introduce themselves, starting with her.
Hello, my name is Lilian Mtiti. I'm the co-founder of Titi Digital Agency. I'm a commercial voiceover actor, a certified TV producer, and a student of communication.
Hello, I'm Victor Seda. I'm a student at Macmillan University. I'm an MC, I'm an actor. I also do voiceovers.
Hello, my name is Joan Kamau. I am a commercial model, actress, and graphic designer. I'm also a student studying Bachelor of Communication, Applied Communication, and I'm a second-year student.
There would be, why is unemployment rate in Kenya so high? Lilian, are you able to tell us?
Yes, I would first start by giving a brief statistics. From the ages of 18 to 35, they are forming a composition of the youth in this country. And the ages of 18 to 35 are 25% of the population in the country. Out of the 25%, 10.1% are unemployed as of the statistics from 2021. My first point will be, we are producing a high number of graduates in our universities. Now, if we are producing a high number of graduates, where are we taking these graduates after graduation?
Joanne, what do you have to say to that?
I feel like one root cause of unemployment would be just from the government itself. Every elections we'll hear them giving us their comments and their memorandums on how they will create job opportunities, to the youth. And then you see all these youth out from the university. Let's say 100 people have graduated from 1,000 people have graduated from mass communication, 2,000 people have graduated from journalism, others from law. Like, for example, today we have Daystar graduating. In a few weeks we have multimedia. We have so many graduations, so many students leaving the university, yet we're getting out there with our certificates and there's no job. The government is supposed to be creating these revenues for us to find these jobs. So I think I would say the root cause is the government.
Seda, now that they are saying people are studying, graduating, but no jobs, what do you think the youth who are having jobs, what are they doing that now they're able to get the jobs?
Yeah, as much as we are saying that Lilian was talking about the many graduates who are going out there, but they don't have things to do out there. She's talking about the government has no proper mechanism that has put that can absorb graduates. So it's also important to note that as much as we are blaming the government, we also as graduates, as students in universities, we also need to create a job for ourselves. As in, what are we doing to help ourselves? It will always not be about the government. We also need to push ourselves. We also need to be doing something to support ourselves. So for the youths who are
that's something they're supposed to be doing. What is it? Lilian, what do you think?
Okay, first of all, I think from my college days, I wish someone had told me when I'm in college that I'm supposed to find maybe a skill or something before I get outside. Let that skill help me when I'm in school, and after I'm getting out of school, that skill will certainly help me. I wish someone told me to take up skills while I was in college, because after I graduated, I really didn't have a plan. Had someone told me that I needed to take up the few skills here and there while in school, I would certainly be somewhere, at least far off from where I am after graduation. So my first point would be, while you're still in university, while you're still in college, what is that one skill that you can take up, or two skills? What is that one thing you're certainly good at that you can take up and do it to your perfection, and even after graduation, that is certainly the skill that will help you. Even if there are no jobs, that one skill will certainly help you.
Okay, let's assume you in school, you graduated, you have the skill. When you go then you want to actually put your skill into practice and you don't have the funding. Where do you get that from?
Okay, in terms of funding, I encourage to start small, right?
Yeah.
You can't go about setting a budget of say 500,000. Where are you getting the 500,000 from as a graduate? Okay, let's draw it closer to home. You have your family members, if you're blessed to have a larger family, you can outsource funds from your family. Your family will certainly be there for you after graduation. They'll certainly help you maneuver the industry.
On that point, as it's also not, it's important to involve family in contributing for your startups. But as much as you want to involve family, we also need to know that there are many ways that we can generate income for ourselves.
Or for
Let's say-
example, is it advisable to take loans from banks as like the youths?
I don't advise for youths to take loans when you're starting up a business, because we've got for example, for a startup, it means that it's when you're starting. So a loan is before I get into the loan, a startup means that you're starting small, so you don't need a large income. So for startups, I think that when you enter university, let's say you're in second year, it's important to identify things like circles. We've got Old Mutual, we've got these little investments that you can use to build the little wealth. Like you are given by your parents, you're given pocket money. It's important to save like 500 shillings. Let's say every month you put it in a circle, so that by the time you're reaching fourth year, let's say, and you're about to get into the job market, and you're seeing that there's no employment for you, or you're seeing that it's tough out there, you can use this little money for a startup.
Joanne, you had mentioned that you're a content creator. Now most of the youths are trying to go into that industry. Do you think it's a good idea? Would you advise someone to do the same?
I feel like amid the corona pandemic, we have so much that happened during the corona. We have people who learned so many skills just from staying at home. We have people who are in the job market who are laid off. People who every day you're seated in the office knowing this is what I studied, I'm an accountant, so this is all I know. So it's an 8 to 5 job where you're gonna have to work for someone. So I think youths need to learn that they need to actually learn how to work for themselves, create something that you can do for yourself. After the corona pandemic, you found people opening baking businesses. You found people learning how to do art. Around my circle, I found people who learned just to edit through tutorials, through so many things that are online that people are not understanding. I call it the University of YouTube, because I learned everything that I know today through YouTube. I learned how to edit. I learned how to gain the skills that I have learned in commercial modeling per se, because I learned that today I need to set up a profile for myself. Let's not even go back right there. Let's go back just to learning how to know your motive as a person in content creation. I feel like content creation has created so many job opportunities for people, and people are not realizing that they can build themselves in a business aspect, making their motive a business.
And there's so much going on the internet. There are guys who are making money through illegal ways, and they're still doing it. Do you think something like Wash, is it a good idea, or like people should just go the legal way and focus on that?
Yeah, on that point, there's this thing called Wash, and we've got betting, we've got all these illegal ways of making money.
But betting is legal though.
Yeah, it's
Betting is
legal, but
though.
I don't advise betting, because
Why
once
not?
I've done betting personally, I have, but it at a certain point you realize that it drains your money.
And also addictive.
It's also so addictive. So it's not advisable for a
But it's
young.
bringing money as much as it's addictive.
You must really be good at betting for
It
you
is
to.
gambling.
It is gambling.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's advisable for a young man to be gambling in order for you to make money. There are many innovative ways that you can use to create income for yourself. You know, people are complaining of unemployment and all that. You must also have the passion in you. You must have that creativity, that inner drive that drives you to create something. As much as content creation is what is making a lot of youths earn a lot of money nowadays, we've got other things that you can do as a person. If you've got an entrepreneurial mind, you can develop entrepreneurial skills by
Yeah, that's a good idea.
by getting into graphics and design. Graphics and design has a lot of money. Yeah, so there are many things that many youths can do in order for them to create something. It's not a must for you to earn a lot of money.
Yeah,
It
and
just
what-
keeps you active.
What would be your advice to the ones who are doing it illegally, getting money illegally?
I actually wanted to take the question that you asked him in respect to wash and wherever. You know, the reason as to why the youth are indulging in such scams, online scams and all, is simply why we are here: unemployment. Now, if I'm getting a shorter route into to getting money, I'll definitely take the shorter route.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't advise the youth to indulge in such scams, because we are seeing day in day out news reports of youth being killed because of the wash scams. You're definitely taking someone's hard-earned cash illegally. I'd advise us, we are from university, we are graduates with knowledge. Why can't we use the knowledge we studied from university and create jobs for ourselves? We don't need to be robbing people in broad daylight of their hard-earned money.
What about the youths who didn't go to school, like per se university?
If for example, for youths who didn't go to school, I am certainly, like, there's no one amongst us mwenye hana skills. There's no one here who doesn't have a skill. You definitely have one thing that you're good at that you can take up, whether it's singing, whether it's being a voiceover actor, a model like Joanne, an MC. And being an MC doesn't need you to, it's not a requirement for you to go to university for you to become an MC. So I'm personally for the opinion of look at what you're good at.
Going back to our initial topic on ways we can solve the issue of unemployment, we're trying to find out like what are the actual ways we can actually look at it and say we can actualize this. Joanne, do you have one of them?
I feel like how the youths can actually promote themselves and create their own brand and business and gain their revenue is through approaching advertisers. You'll find today we have paid partnerships. You can find on someone's post or reel paid partnerships because they approached this brand. They approached an agency, as Lillian said that she does. You approach an agency so you can reach the client because they are the bridge between you and the client. So you will approach your agent. They will take you to your client. But what value are you adding to them? You know, you're a film enthusiast. You know, you're a fashion lover. So how do you create your business? How do you gain your capital so that you can actually start your business? How do you create your profile online to have your store set up, your boutique set up, so you can actually sell these things? You need to look for other ways to actually get the income. You'll find people working different internships to actually get the money to actually start what they want to do. Content creation is starting just with a camera, a microphone. So you need these things. A podcaster needs, you know, the different microphones, you know, to start the business. So you need to find other ways to actually get the revenue to start your business. And that's how every business is started out.
Okay, apart from that, what else is there? What do you think is there apart from what she has said, Seda?
Yeah. So to add on that, you might find that, for example, in Instagram, many pretty ladies are posting their pictures on Instagram and wondering why they're not getting people, organizations, yeah, that
Why are
can
they not getting?
yeah, so that's why I'm getting to that. So they need to identify what an organization is really interested in. For example, if you post a picture of you in Instagram, what are you portraying? What are you representing? You know, for example, if you want a company like Geisha to post you to become, for you to become their, you know, the face of Geisha, you need to promote their product. If it's Coca-Cola, you can take a picture with Coca-Cola and post it in Instagram. Their company can look at the picture and say that this is a good picture, and you can that is the way you can get an opportunity to become their the face of their company, for example. Yeah, so it's important for youths to identify what is a company, what is an organization really interested in before they place themselves out there, because they will be complaining they've got they have nice photos, you know, but they are not really getting agencies that are recognizing their potential. So it's really important to identify what an organization is interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just wrap it up in a very short, let me just say a short name. I feel like, first of all, what you've said is pretty much important, because as you're approaching brands, as a brand, I really need to know what value are you adding to me. I don't really need to know what you will do or whatever you'll indulge in. I need to know what value are you adding to me as a corporate. And I've paid a particular interest to advertising and marketing. I've been in advertising and marketing, and I've worked so much with corporates, and they really like looking into what is the value you're adding to my company. And in advertising and marketing, daily there are new products, there are new innovations that are being put out to the world. Once I give you that job as a Gen Z, as you are popularly being described as, once I give you that job, if I give you that product to advertise, for example, what we have here, if I give you this juice to advertise, how are you going to package this juice for it to get to the audience that I'm intending, and for me to generate revenue of the said juice? You see, so if we really look into advertising and marketing keenly, every corporate really needs an advertising agency. It needs a marketing agency, because at the end of the day, what we are looking at is cash. What we are looking at is revenue. So if you really polish your advertising skills, your marketing skills, brands are really into advertising and proper advertising, because at the end of the day, it's generating revenue for my company. So if you polish your skills in advertising and marketing, you'll really be beneficial to a company
Yeah.
and a corporate. Yeah.
Apart from content creation, what other trends do we have that can enable us to gain revenue, Seda?
Yeah, we have many ways of that youths can use to gain income. An example is writing, whereby we have a lot of agencies that train young people on how to write. I personally, I was trained by Ajira Digital Platform. So there I was trained to do secretarial jobs, translation. So if you're good in translating one language to another, you can get into websites such as Upwork, whereby you get jobs from abroad. They send you, you write for them what you are normally doing, what you're capable of doing. If it's translation, if it's creative writing, if it's content writing, if it's secretarial, if it's SEO, that is search engine optimization. Yeah, that is how you get jobs from abroad. They send you, and then you do for them, and then they send you money via PayPal. So that is how I also got an opportunity to write for Kenyan Student Magazine, where some of my articles have been published. So in this world of writing, online writing, as many people say, you really need to get a legit company that gives you the jobs, the documents to write. Yeah, we've also had so many people who have been scammed in the name of online writing. So it's also important to get a reliable source whereby you can do the online writing. Yeah.
Joanne, is that the only option we have?
I feel like online writing has I think when you say online writing, it is also good to say freelancing, because I feel like online people just say online writing is just academic writing. I think it's only academic writing, but I feel like also the graphic designers are under that, because you can find someone who will come and design for your posters, branding in terms of your posters, your website. You have web designers, you have programmers, you have coding, you have all these people under writing, and they work under Upwork and stuff. And I think such a market is so important for the youth to be in. You need to understand your market, because you can't be in a certain market or industry and you don't even know, you've not done research on what you're actually doing, because you can't target a client or a brand just like, like for example, you're targeting Google or you're targeting Samsung. Do they have their market in Kenya? Get to know your market in Kenya, because our market is really tiny, it's really small, it's not that big comparing to people who are abroad. So if you have a small market, you need to understand which brands are in your market, so you know how to approach them as an individual. So research is really essential, so you don't have one cover name, all writers. You can write vlogs for people, copywriting. There's so many things that fall under academic writing that people just think, oh, I'm just gonna go do translation, or I'm just gonna go and do a voiceover for someone who's abroad, or type up something that has been or you're transcribing things, So know your market, know your niche, know your people around you, because the market is so small that you can be misled to think that you're gonna approach Apple. Even if you look at these celebrities, let's say the Kardashians, even they with Apple are not even, they don't even work with them, you see. So you need to know your market to understand how you will build your motive.
Okay, to sum it all, I'd like to say I think we are moving towards technological advancements, and everything we are doing is based on technology, and everything is online. But if all these options that we've stated here are not within your proximity, don't opt for white collar jobs. You can also indulge in other things. We have students who are students by day, and they're working in the night, such as you're a club photographer, you're a DJ, you're a mixologist in a club. If all these things we've said here online are not working for you, opt for other things that can work for you apart from these online jobs we are talking about.
Yeah, clearly let the youth who have ears listen and make use of the advice you've given them. What would be your parting shot as we end the show?
My parting shot will be, as we are transitioning from university or college life into the work life, let's not seek to be employed, but let's seek to have self-employment. Let's seek to create jobs for ourselves that will empower us. Let's not focus majorly on the 9 to 5s, because the market is already saturated as it is. Let's seek to create jobs for ourselves and to empower ourselves from scratch.
As much as youths want to blame the government for not creating for us jobs, to talk about the government being the sole responsibility of creating for us jobs and absorbing us after we are graduates in the job market, it is also important for us. We should also note that it is important for us to have that inner drive and passion to be entrepreneurial. We should cultivate an entrepreneurial spirit in ourselves so that we can also create jobs for ourselves. So it is important for us to be innovative and creative enough as we go to the job market.
My parting shot would be to the youth. We need to cultivate a mind and a mindset that is for you. Know what you want, understand yourself, get to learn who you are, what you want to do. Don't look at where people are, look at where you want to be. Because if you keep following the Instagram posts, if you keep following the outside voice of other people, you will always forget yourself in it. learn to grow at your own pace, learn to grow at your own time, because every other creative out there is doing something that is for them. But when you learn to do something for you at your own pace, at your own time, you will grow so much. Another thing is learn a new skill. Be a jack of all trades. Be a multitasker. Learn how to code. Learn how to do graphics. Learn how to work on newspaper. Learn how to do all these things that will ultimately become one key aspect that will make you a all-rounded person. So when you enter any marketing job, any PR job, any job in the industry of any profession, you know how to have one skill in every place. So that is what I would that would be my parting shot. That believe in yourself, know your motive, and grow at your own pace.